Welcome to your Taylor Council Connection. My name is Daniel Seguin, and this is a recap of the October 23rd, 2025 City Council meeting. This meeting was a long one, so let's get into it. The meeting began with a recognition and a proclamation. The recognition was of the Taylor Police Department's Best Practices Reaccreditation with the Texas Police Chiefs Association. This prestigious accreditation is only held by around 200 of the over 2,000 law enforcement agencies in Texas. The accreditation measures the department against 173 rigorous standards, requires yearly reporting, and requires reaccreditation every 5 years. The proclamation declared November 8th, 2025 as Arbor Day and invited everyone to participate in the celebration by joining the Parks Department in planting trees in Bull Branch Park at 9 a.m. Next was the consent agenda, non-controversial and routine items that can be voted on with a single vote. Item 2, regarding a loitering and panhandling ordinance, was pulled from consent and considered separately. The consent agenda included the purchase of budgeted replacement laptop computers and vehicles, approval of the fee ordinance introduced at the last meeting, the monthly financial report, a task order with HDR Engineering for the design of Davis Street maintenance project, a contract with Rabba Kistner Geotechnical Engineering for the same project, a task order with HDR for the design of the extension of Wesley Miller to Highway 95, and a task order amendment and change order for the ongoing street maintenance project. Next, the council considered the loitering and panhandling ordinance. This ordinance was introduced at the last meeting and is intended to provide the police department some additional tools to manage sleeping on downtown sidewalks and aggressive panhandling that cannot currently be managed with existing laws. Following discussion from residents, the council decided to table the ordinance until January for additional discussion and consideration. Next, the council held a public hearing on a vacant building ordinance. This ordinance would require owners of vacant buildings to meet specific standards of maintenance to prevent fire hazards, pest hazards, and unauthorized entry. The ordinance will return to council for approval at the next meeting. The council then heard a presentation from Attorney Charlie Zeck regarding charter amendments and charter elections. Following the presentation, the council directed staff to develop recommendations for a charter review committee and return to council with a proposed schedule targeting the November 2026 election. The purpose of such a committee is to look at the city's charter, which is like our local constitution, and identify any needed updates and changes to align with state law or modify city operations and focus areas. Next, the council approved a contract with Freese and Nichols for an affordable housing study to be performed alongside the comprehensive plan update that will identify housing needs in Taylor, define what is affordable for Taylor residents, understand community desires, and provide a basis for council decision-making on housing developments. The council then adopted the downtown master plan that has been in development for over a year. The plan identifies needed improvements, programs, and policies that will spur growth and activity. The plan will be available on our website under Government, Strategic, and Master Plans. Next, the council considered 3 policies. The first was an update to the proclamations policy that would limit proclamations to those that relate to city business and require that any exemptions to the policy be made only by majority vote of the council. The second was a social media policy for elected officials to ensure that official use of social media aligns with state law, maintains the rights of our residents, and retains public records. The third policy was to outline rules of decorum for public meetings. The main changes from existing policy include ensuring any signage or displays do not disrupt the view of others, that clapping may be used to express agreement with a statement, but not used to disrupt a meeting, and that public commenters could not pool their 3 minutes behind one individual to speak for them. Council directed staff to further limit the proclamations and eliminate all exemptions. They approved the social media policy as written, and they directed staff to modify the decorum policy and remove the restriction on pooling time. The council then directed staff to establish a historic overlay district downtown. This district was intended to be created through the most recent Land Development Code update, but was not completed. Staff will return to council with the required ordinances. Next, the council awarded a construction contract to Pfluger Builders for $3.8 million and directed staff to use $200,000 from the 2025 Certificates of Obligation contingency to be used to maintain fire operations in the area while the station is renovated. Fire Station 2 was built in 2001. The station presents a safety hazard to firefighters as they have to back in from the highway. The renovation will add a pull-through so that they can come off the highway facing the station and pull around the back. It will also upgrade all of the technology and equipment in the station and provide individual sleeping quarters for firefighters. Construction is expected to begin in January and be complete by January the following year. The council then approved a task order with HDR for construction management of the fire station renovation for $334,000. Next, they awarded a contract to G Creek Construction for $442,000 for parks projects. These projects include the replacement of the pavilion at Bull Branch Park, the renovation of the bathrooms at Bull Branch and the tennis courts in Murphy Park, and sidewalk and parking improvements in both parks for ADA accessibility. Construction is expected to begin in December and be complete in March. Finally, the council awarded a contract to Ryan Sanders Sports Turf for $365,000 for the installation of turf and drainage at the 2 championship fields at Taylor Regional Park. These additions will allow tournaments to finish when they get rained out. Construction is expected to begin in December and be complete by February. Thank you for tuning into Your Council Connection. Don't forget to like the video and share your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next one.